Hello, Scouts and Scouters. I'm the Reverend John Eaton. I've been chaplain at Rotary Scout Reservation in Postonville, New York for the last 35 years, it being one of the camps operated by Twin Rivers Council out of Albany. But in a previous life, I was an air traffic control officer in the U.S. Air Force, and for 1 year was stationed at Da Nang, Vietnam, where we had a takeoff or landing every 30 seconds, 24 hours a day. We were the second busiest airport in the world. And one Sunday afternoon, an F-4 pilot called up declaring that he was an emergency fuel situation. And pilots didn't like to declare emergencies of any kind because it didn't look good on their records, and also because there was an awful lot of paperwork involved that they didn't like to do. Now, when an aircraft declared emergency of any kind, it meant they went to the top of the line, the head of the line. And this pilot, certainly with an emergency fuel situation, expected that kind of treatment. Well, he took the information from the controller so far as landing instructions were concerned, and the controller ended by saying, "You're number 14 in traffic." And the pilot said, "Sir, you don't understand. I'm an emergency fuel situation. I need an immediate approach." And the controller responded, "I'm sorry, sir, you don't understand. There are 13 emergency fuel aircraft ahead of you." What does this story illustrate? It illustrates that we may think we have an emergency and it's the most important thing in the world as far as we're concerned. And when you go to your camp director and say, "I have this situation that needs immediate attention," the camp director listens and says, "I'll get to it," and then goes about the business that he was already doing and seems to be ignoring you. Well, you see, sometimes we don't have the entire picture, and the camp director has to set his priorities. And while your situation may be the most important thing in camp as far as you're concerned, the camp director may realize there are other things even more important that need to be taken care of. So when that happens to you, as I'm sure it will happen to you at some point during the summer, remember this story. You may be number 14 in traffic.